On YouTube, it's your boy Zay coming back at you with another video. You dig? We getting right back into it. Flow State Part 2, aka God Flow. You dig what I'm saying? So God Flow is a little different from Flow State Part 1. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by God Flow is, okay, I'm gonna break it down. If you're an artist, if you're an athlete, if you're an entertainer, or even if you work at your job, or if you do anything that you like to do, and you can do it for multiple hours, back to back. You can do it consistent multiple hours. It's this feeling, or it's this certain state that you go on, or this certain trance, in a sense, that you go into, is to where like you're creating these things, and you're doing these type of plays on the field, or these type of shots on the court, or you're doing these certain things that you're not even really aware of that you're doing. You're just doing it because you're in that God flow. You align on that God frequency on whatever thing that you're partaking in. You know what I'm saying? So like I've heard athletes talk about it all the time, and I've experienced it myself personally. Like, well, you just start doing things on the field, and after the game, a person tell you, "Oh, bro, how you did this?" And you don't remember that you did it. Like, it's been plays in high school. My mom told me, she was like, "You I didn't even know how was you able to do that?" I said, "When did I do?" Like, I didn't even know I did it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you tap into that, when you so locked in, when you doing something that you really love, you're able to tap into that God flow and really just wire in. And certain athletes, certain artists, top athletes and top artists are able to tap into it at a high level. You feel me? So if you make designs, if you make music, you make beats, it's all about being able to tap into that God flow. And the deeper you can tap into that God flow, where you just creating, you just in your bag, you just in a whole nother universe mentally. When I'm creating designs, I never really go in with a set plan. I just start getting it clicking. And lo and behold, it's something start forming on the damn canvas, and I just start going from there. Being able to get into that God flow, and that's how I'm gonna tie it in. Being able to tap into that God flow, and after I get into that God flow, allowing the flow state to take me where I need to go. You feel me? So when you get into that God flow, you become a different type of person in anything that you're passionate about. You become a better athlete, a better musician, a better artist, a better writer. And even if your job, you become a better worker. Because if you set your mind on, okay, I want to excel at whatever I'm doing in my job, and you start becoming so focused on it, and you start to find yourself into these states of doing these things and moving with purpose, and moving so effortlessly. And it gets to a point to where it's, when you start to do it consciously so many times, it starts to become into your subconscious. So that's when you really ain't even gonna know that you're doing it. You just doing it because it's already in subconscious. So it's like a program. We are computers. We have to program ourselves to do and move the way we want to move. So if you want to be able to tap into that God flow, you got to start programming yourself by first telling your body and telling your mind what you are even interested in, and then directing that God frequency towards whatever you're trying to do. So find your interest. Then once you find your interest, you have to mentally start channeling and then directing that God frequency to the thing that you say you're trying to do. Then once you continue to work on it, it becomes instilled into your subconscious. Then that's when you get to the point where you made a whole song in 20-30 minutes, and it's a banger. When you painted a whole canvas in 3 hours, when you made like 5-6 designs in one day, when you drop like 36 in 25 minutes before half. You know what I'm saying? Just examples, but it's real though. Like, you can look at top athletes and they talk about it all the time, where they say they just going, like Kobe, when he say he going into that dark mode. That's God flow. You don't tap into darkness. See, God flow is within the light and the dark. It's intertwined. So when Kobe say mama mentality, that's God flow. When they say well, no headband Bron, God flow, untucked jersey Kyrie, that's God flow. We tap into that mode, it's just like it's up. Certain artists, when they get into that certain mode, they just starting to paint it, then they look back and they tell you like, I don't know how, like most of my designs, I don't know how, I can't go back and show you how I did it. I can't step by step walk a person through most of my designs. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause most of the times I make them, I'm in that God flow frequency, because I never start off with a set idea. I start off by random things, and I see a certain lane that I like, and I allow that flow, I allow that God frequency to allow to push me into that flow state. So we turn the God flow into the flow state. You feel me? And I might switch these videos around. Or I might leave them like this. But I'm telling y'all, artists, athletes, entertainers, whatever you do, bro. Even if it's just everyday life, bro, because you can tap into God flow with everyday life, just becoming a better version of yourself. If your intention is, hey, I just want to become a better person daily, you constantly put that in your conscious, then you start finding yourself doing it subconsciously. Like you start waking up early, no alarm, or you start waking up on the first alarm type. Because once you get into that subconscious, now it's being primed to be put onto that God frequency level. You feel me? And I'll say that just because it get into your subconscious, that don't mean it's automatically set now at that you can tap into that God flow. Once you get into that subconscious, it's still more work to do. It's actually more work to do. You feel me? Because now you gotta stay consistent with it. Yeah, you know what you need to do in your subconscious, but you need to be disciplined and consistent enough to continue to do it, to continue to work on it, to continue to elevate, and continue to do all these things. You know what I'm saying? And once you find that key within you, it's always gonna be within. Everything I talk about on here on how to unlock things in certain mindsets, it always starts within. I'm never gonna tell you to go buy a book or none of that. Everything starts from within. Now it is books out here that, don't get me wrong, I read books, but the answer always starts from within. You don't need to go read no books until you start doing that inner work and just figuring things out within. Because when you start figuring things out within, all of these things start to line together. You feel me? So I might make some more videos on this, but I just want to be real direct with it. Like that God flow is something different, man. And once you tap into it, bro, you in a whole nother ballpark, in a whole nother league, bro. I'm telling you. So peace.